They knew where to hit us. Who knew to hit us? But why?
Oh.
Hey, hello YouTube. I'm Scotty.
And I'm David. As avid fans of most aspects of Star Trek, we're worried about the latest incarnation of the Star Trek franchise, Star Trek 11 by J.J. Abrams.
That's right, David. So naturally, we were very eager to get a look at the new trailer, which released itself to the tubes just recently.
Despite our worries, though, we're not going to cast pearls before the gift horse. We will indeed give this trailer a fair chance.
We will not interrupt.
Wait, stop. What trailer are we watching? Are we watching the start of Indiana Jones 4?
Okay. Assuming the dude in the car is Kirk, and not Chekhov. It's all even. I thought Kirk didn't know how to drive cars. I mean, in the episode Piece of the Action.
Season 2, Episode 20.
Think you know it? The guy can't even figure out which way the car's going. I mean, have a look.
I kind of like this. I may get one myself.
I've heard a lot of people defending this trailer and saying, well, Kirk would obviously have a vintage car. He likes antiques. Didn't you see Wrath of Khan?
Obviously.
You know what else I noticed in that film? Kirk had his antiques hanging up on the wall. They took pride of place in his apartment. You know, he didn't even have photos of his family there. He had his antiques though. If he loves his goddamn antiques so much, would he really drive one off a cliff?
He didn't drive his glasses off a cliff.
Yeah.
What is your name?
My name is James Tiberius Kirk.
I'm a person and my name is Anakin!
You've always had a hard time finding your place in this world, haven't you?
You always had a hard time finding your place in this world, haven't you?
Well, am I the only person in the world who thinks that makes no fucking sense?
Maybe you've always had a hard time finding your place in this world, haven't you?
Or
you always had a hard time finding your place in this world, didn't you?
No. You've always had a hard time finding a place in this world,
haven't you?
Well, no. Full stop. Don't say anything. It doesn't need to be said.
Ever knowing your true worth? You can settle for less. An ordinary life. Or do you feel like you were meant for something better?
How big is that motherfucking ship?
Okay, well, the Constitution class starship is about 300 meters long.
Check.
It's got about 20 decks.
Check.
About 80 meters tall. Around about.
It's not that big.
It's not that big. It's not.
I mean, I see buildings all the time that are way taller than that, and they actually don't loom in the distance like a giant mountain.
If you're sitting in a desert, it doesn't cover the sky.
I mean, to put it in human terms, ships that actually exist, the QE2.
QE2.
It's about that long, and I saw that ship in March, and it wasn't like, you know, when we were a couple of miles away, it wasn't filling the horizon. It was like another building in the harbour, except out of fun. It was going boo!
Something special.
Not that I want to compare this guy to anybody. But I'm getting a feeling they're going for a certain feel with him.
Sex over the phone. Sex over the phone.
Which isn't very Captain Kirk.
Not really Captain Kirk.
Far be it for them to just religiously follow everything from a TV show about people that never existed, blah 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 blah. But if you're going to name it after something, you should have something familiar about the character, and I'm not getting that. The guy's not charming, he's not intelligent, he's not interesting, he's just this lunkhead with sort of a square head.
You will always be a child of two worlds, and fully capable of deciding your own destiny.
Put away the D&D rulebook, man.
This task has been appointed to you, J.J. Abrams.
What is with this pseudo Lord of the Rings Matrix dialogue?
It's terrible.
It has to be in every film.
Every film made in the last 10 years has got this mystical.
It's either
You're the chosen one.
or they rush into a burning building and say, "I have to do this.
I have to
do this. You must do.
I must do this.
Why are you going to do it alone? Take 10 guys with you."
I'm the chosen one.
Oh,
I have the power to do this.
Oh.
And I must do this.
oh, the prophecy, this, and chosen one, that, and
The question you face is, which path will you choose?
Are you afraid or aren't you? I will not allow you to lecture me. Then why don't you stop me?
how many times in the original series did Spock say, "I'm not capable of that emotion"?
A lot.
Quite a few.
And yes, in this film, he is getting so mad that he hits Kirk on the bridge.
Like he's attacking him on the bridge.
Why?
Prepare to fire all weapons. I like this ship.
Tense.
This kind of rampant sexology only occurred in Enterprise out of all of Star Trek, and near the end of its run, because they were just trying to appeal to a younger audience, because, you know, they were losing ratings.
David, what are you smoking? I want some. Look, Star Trek has always been about sex.
Well,
Gene Roddenberry had it off with every guest actress that ever appeared on the show. Had the first kiss between a white man and a black woman.
yeah.
A very prominent lesbian kiss. Dancing girl in green paint. And I, for one, applaud the choice to include some sexy sex in this film. Finally, I can knock one out over Uhura and not have to think afterwards, "Oh man, she's 70 now. She's 70, ugh."
Okay, yeah, alright.
I like this ship. It's exciting.
We are gathered here today to pay our final respects to Simon Pegg.
He's gone down the drain, pretty much. Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead were pinnacles of, you know, film and comedy. But then he goes on to Run, Fat Boy Run, How to Lose Friends and Alienate People, and now this. He's slowly descending the steps into the depths of hell.
Is it the money? Do you
It is for the money!
Do you receive a paycheck with 7 zeros on it and all of a sudden go, "I don't have to try anymore.
Hey, maybe I could just be comic relief in Star Trek.
I'll coast.
Looks alright.
I'll make Scotty into Jar Jar fucking Binks."
Oh, I like this shit.
Works for me. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
Oh, God.
Oh.
He's going to get sick of having to say that at conventions.
Space is disease and danger wrapped in darkness and silence.
Now, I can't be too strict on this because it's only one line of dialogue and my ears aren't that good. But did McCoy have a southern accent then?
I don't think he did.
Even remotely? I mean, I can't do one. This is why I don't play McCoy, but
Changing the accent of McCoy,
this is a man that proclaims himself to be just an old southern Dr. Jim. Talks about his daddy,
oh, Southern Doctor Jim.
drinks whiskey and puts it on his beans, doesn't like the
whole-
transporter.
That's his whole character.
It's a shtick.
And they've just...
Possible defense here. It's the future. They don't have southern accents anymore because they've eroded. Why then do we have a Russian man on the bridge who talks like he's captain? Why do we have a Scottish man who says, "Hey, this is exciting"? Why do you have all these accents and then just decide, "Oh, well, look, there's the southern one. Let's just not use it anymore"? I mean, the funny thing is, Abrams isn't the first to forget that McCoy has a southern accent. I mean, you think back to this fan film, which was really bad.
Spock, that is one emotional woman down there. I'd better question her, Jim. What she needs is some good old southern charm.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You know, and what were they thinking? "I'll just use some of my southern charm, Jim."
I think everyone forgets that McCoy has an accent. Well, they just think it's too hard to do, so they just ignore it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind so much, but even if you subtract the accent, he was still a pretty charming dude.
Carl Urban is not pretty charming.
Buckle up.
More crappy dialogue from the writers of Transformers. We've seen this in Star Trek before.
Saddle up. To hell with our orders. Lock and load.
Buckle up.
They don't even have seatbelts.
Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Why is Kirk wearing all black? You make something like that up just to be a sort of a shallow excuse for him to look sort of cool. Look at me, I'm in black.
Yeah, maybe Chris Pine just didn't want to wear pastels. Ah, Spock, beat me up! Ah! Ah!
The wait is over.
There have been a lot of shit bad guys in Star Trek.
Come to dinner.
This is the one that killed Star Trek.
Just the one of them.
Hey, David, let's do a little roleplay. I'm J.J. Abrams and you're the other guy.
Which other guy?
Okay, guys, we don't want to repeat the mistakes of the last film.
Okay.
What was their villain like? He was bald.
He was bald, he was...
Something to do with Romulans.
Romulan.
We gave him a really shitty line in the trailer. Let's not do that again.
Yeah. He wasn't intimidating at all.
Wasn't intimidating.
And then they get Eric Banner.
Once upon a time, like last week, there was this chick, right, who was a real spunk.
Dressed up like a Romulan.
A bald Romulan? Why? The thing about this ship here is it's a very elegant, sweeping sort of design. It's actually quite beautiful for a ship, that is. But in this new film, they instead of like trying to modernise the parts of it, but keep the overall proportions the same, which would look really cool, they've just sort of gone jammed it around and they made it look like a giant toy.
I mean, if you look at the sources section, it pretty much looks like the motion picture Enterprise. But they've cut it off at the neck.
At the neck.
And just shoved something else in that just doesn't fit at all. It's like, you know, you take the head off the Enterprise and then you stick a Tonka truck on the bottom. It just doesn't make sense. It looks like a spaceship made in sport.
Exactly.
By a retard.
My real suspicion with the ship is that if they change the proportions just enough and really make it look like something else, they don't have to pay royalties to the original designer, who is the late Matt Jeffries.
Oh boy, I designed myself a new Enterprise. Oh, I'm so great.
You might think that we're not going to see this film in May. Well, we are.
I am, at least twice.
I want to see it. This is just a trailer. You know, we don't want to seem overly negative.
I am looking forward to the film. It will be an interesting film.
Oh yeah,
it might not be good,
but it'll be interesting.
It'll be definitely interesting.
Look, I'm not kidding now. This isn't a joke. I want to see.
Star Trek fan,
I want to see what they come up with. But I have to say, the trailer, in and of itself, looks like a piece of shit. But you know.
If you don't have anything intelligent to say in response to this video, please write something like, "It's not 1960 anymore. They're doing it better for the new audience. Star Trek is gone, man. We have to revitalize it."
Yeah,
just write something like that. Okay? If you actually want to make a proper point, you know, do a video response or write a comment, whatever. We might answer you. No, we probably will answer you, actually.
I promise.
I am looking forward to your video responses, because I feel very strongly on this point.
Well, David, you know what's going to happen now, don't you?
What?
Come on, dude, you know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
Even they can see it coming. Come on, David.
Okay. Mr. Spock?
Spock here, Captain.
Beam us up, please.